Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Six, another random person offline. So as you can see, I am using Pokemon that I have been using recently here. So we do have the Flygon, of course, followed by the Raikou and the Lunatone. Decided to bring those back for another random singles game alongside another few Pokemon that I've been using here on Sword and Shield a little bit ago. So looking at the opponent's team, it is very strong and well balanced, very high tier as well, mostly. So should make for a good one. So what do I want to lead with here? I think we're gonna go with the Scorch actually. And we'll see how that works out. So there she is, and she's going to go ahead and lead with the, rabbit. So, in Japanese, of course. So, Cinderace. What do we want to do with that? Don't really have anything good to hit it with. It probably won't have anything good to hit us with. So, what do we want to do here? I think we're just going to stay in and we're going to go Crunch just to see what she wants to do. Gonna Gunk Shot, gonna change to the Poison type. So, gonna hit us with that Gunk Shot. We're max HP, but that is gonna do a lot of damage to us. That's gonna take us all the way down. 33 HP in the red. We're gonna Crunch it in return. Gonna do a little less than half. So yeah, that's definitely not good. We're not gonna be able to take another one of those. So the question is, do we want to switch and try to save this thing? Yeah, this thing might be choice, so I think we want to try and save this at this early stage. So yeah, we're gonna hard switch into Lunatone here, give that a shot. So there it is, and she is going to Gunk Shot again. So we're gonna hit that. We are max HP and resist it, so even so, that's gonna do about a third damage. So that is really high damage, and we get poisoned on top of it, so that actually really sucks. And then we're going to take damage from the poison to bring us to about half. So yeah, that is a pretty rough start. So I think we're going to have to go Stealth Rock here. Hopefully this thing is choice item. And yeah, it probably is, because she's going to go for the switch. And going to go ahead and switch into the Ferrothorn. So we're going to go ahead and get the Stealth Rock up, so at least that's good. Get that entry hazard set up on her side of the field. We're going to take more poison damage, which sucks. I think all we can really do at this point is actually switch back into the Scorch, so that's what we're going to do. And even if this thing tries to attack, we might be able to survive, depending on this spread. But going to go for a Leech Seed, okay, so obviously we're definitely going to survive that. So we're going to gain some HP back from the leftovers, and then we're going to take that damage from the Leech Seed. So yeah, definitely not great. Going to leave us with 32 HP in the red. So I guess I think we're actually just going to, I don't really know what we want to do. I think we're just going to click Leech Life here. Not 100% sure what she's going to want to do. Going to go for the switch actually. And she's going to be switching into the Primarina. So, going to take the rocks damage. We're going to go Leech Life. So, we'll see how much it does. It doesn't do much, but we do gain some HP back from that. So, that's at least something. Get a little bit HP back. Going to gain some more from the leftovers. And then, unfortunately, we're going to lose some more to the Leech Seeds. So, that's going to put us pretty much right back down to where we started, which kind of sucks. So we don't really have a great switch into this thing, unfortunately. So I think we're just going to stay in here and try to power whip this thing. It is going to outspeed us for sure, though. Just going to Aqua Jet, and that should be enough from that range to take us out. So that sucks. Critical hit didn't matter, I don't believe, from that range. But that's going to take out the Scorch, dropping us to 5. So that kind of sucks. I think we're going to go ahead and come in with the Raikou now in return. So, gonna get the pressure coming into play, and there is no ground immunity on the team, so we can pretty safely go for a Choice Specs Volt Switch here, so that's what we're gonna do. It should do some pretty decent chip to anything if she decides to switch, and indeed she is gonna switch. So going to switch in with the Ferrothorn, kind of anticipated that. Take the Stealth Rock damage, then we do get the Volt Switch on this thing. So gonna do a little bit of chip, and then we do get the switch out. So what do we want to bring in to fight this thing is the question, and I think the best thing we can probably do is... Yeah, the best thing we could probably do is the Flygon. So yeah, we're going to do that. So going to come in with Sparks the Dragonfly. And so we could try to set up, if this thing is fearing the fire move, we could get a setup here, but it might be a little early for that based on what she has. I think we're just going to play it safe and go Fire Punch here. And she is going to stay in, okay, so maybe didn't expect the Fire Punch, which is good, so we're going to get rid of this thing, which is actually great. We are going to take damage from the Iron Barbs, but that's okay. Getting rid of the Ferrothorn, that's pretty big, so that's going to knock her down to 5. We do take Life Orb Recoil, which is fine. So now she's going to go ahead and come in with Mimikyu. So that's not good. This thing is going to take the Stealth Rock damage. So we're kind of in a tricky situation here because we could stay in to try and break the sub. We should outspeed this thing, I think. I think that's kind of what we have to do. So we're just going to click Earthquake here. And no, this thing outspeeds us, so that actually sucks. That's probably max speed investment. So Play Rough is going to take us out there, so yeah, that's pretty bad. It's going to knock us down to 4, so that's not good. She's going to take Life Orb damage. So I think we're going to go ahead and come in with the... I think Type Null is probably the best thing we have at this point. So yeah, we're going to come in with that. Good old Tapu Null. Alright, so I think we pretty much just have to... go for an attack here to break the to go ahead and break the decoy. So we're going to Shadow Claw. This thing's going to Play Rough, and that is going to do about 1/3, so that's not terrible. This thing's going to take Life Orb damage. We're going to Shadow Claw it to break the decoy, which is good. So yeah, now this thing is going to be susceptible to getting hit, which is good. And it's going to take that damage. So she definitely could switch out, fearing the Shadow Claw. So I think with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and switch it up here to an Iron Head. And yeah, she is going to go for the switch. So let's see if we can catch something on the switch. And she's going to switch into the Urshifu. Okay, so it's going to take some rocks damage, and we are going to catch this thing with an Iron Head. So that does do more chip than what the Shadow Claw would have done, still not doing a ton. So unfortunately, I think we just have to switch right now because we can't really afford to lose the Type Null here. So I think we pretty much just have to switch in with the Lunatone as fodder here. So that's what we're going to do. So there it is. And let's go for the close combat. So yeah, that's definitely going to take us out from that range, no question about it. Going to cut the defenses on this thing, but going to get rid of the Lunatone as well, which will knock us to 3, so that is definitely not great. I think we pretty much just have to come in with the Raikou at this point, so that's what we're going to do. We might outspeed this thing depending on the spreads. I'm going to get the pressure coming into play. So, yeah, what do we want to do here? I think we could pretty freely... I mean, we do have a couple of options here. I think we could pretty freely click Thunderbolt, but I don't know. Actually, I think we're going to... This thing might stand. So, you know, I think we're just going to have to Aura Sphere. We're going to have to play it safe. So, no, she's not going to stay in, which sucks. We'll see what she wants to switch in with. And it's going to be the Mimikyu, so that's really bad, actually. We shouldn't have gone for the Aura Sphere. This thing is going to take the rocks damage, and the Aura Sphere not going to affect this thing. So, yeah, we definitely could have had a better play than that. And now, unfortunately, we are choice locked into the Aura Sphere, so we're going to have to switch. We're going to have to switch to the type Null once again. So yeah, that's definitely bad news. So I'm going to go ahead and switch in with the type Null once again. And she's going to Shadow Sneak, so actually we're going to get the free switch there because that's not going to affect us, so that's good. We are going to be able to get the advantage of at least having an attack or something here. Or maybe, you know what, we could try to set up with a Swords Dance. So, actually, you know what, I think we're going to have to try to pull out all the stops here. So we're going to Swords Dance. And no, this thing's actually going to stay in and play rough. So that's not great. That is going to knock us down to about a third. We do get the Swords Dance off, so that is going to give us a sharp attack increase. So it's kind of unfortunate because we took that attack. We should, I guess we're just going to Iron Head here at this point. I was hoping she would have switched out last turn. Unfortunately, not the case. Going to play rough and not missing a single one of those play roughs, unfortunately for us. We are going to live that with 16 HP, get off an Iron Head in return. So that's going to get rid of the Mimikyu at least, and that will drop her down to 4. So, yeah. Definitely not looking great right now, though. She's going to get the free switch into the Cinderace now. It's going to take a bunch of damage off the Stealth Rocks, which is something at least. We might as well just go ahead and click Double Edge here. We're not going to survive an attack. This thing's going to go High Jump Kick, change to the Fighting type, and unfortunately, no misses still on her side. One would have been nice somewhere along the way here, so that's going to get rid of the type Null. And it's going to knock us down to just 2. So, what do we want to do here? I think we're just going to go ahead and switch in with the Octillery. But yeah, things aren't looking great for us at this point. So, going to come in with the Octillery. And I think at this point, we're just going to have to go ahead and bust out a Dynamax. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I think... What do we want to go for here? I think we're just going to go for a Max Overgrow, actually. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So she's going to stay in here as we do go ahead and bust out a Dynamax, which is a rarity for us, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So we're going to go for the Dynamaxed Octillery, and there it is. So she's going to High Jump Kick, hit us once again. That will take us down by about third. We are going to hit a Max Overgrow in return, and that will be enough from that range to get rid of that Cinderace, which is good. It's also going to set the grassy terrain up on the battlefield. So yeah, that's going to be it for the Cinderace. I believe that will be knocking her down to 3. And then we do gain some HP back there from the grassy terrain, which was kind of the plan of going for the Max Overgrow, get some HP back. So she's going to go ahead and come in with the Tyranitar now, going to take the Stealth Rock damage and get the Sandstream to set up the Sandstorm. So we're just going to go ahead and max Geyser here at this point. No reason not to. So this thing is going to crunch us, which will knock us down to about a third HP. It does get a defense drop, so that kind of sucks. But we're going to hit this thing with max Geyser in return. And it is not enough to get rid of this thing, which does suck. but it will get rid of the Sandstorm and replace it with the Rain, which is good for us. Looks like it's also going to trip a weakness policy to sharply raise the attack and special attack of this thing, which is not good at all. Then going to both get some HP back from the grassy terrain, so that's definitely not good. I guess we just really have to max Geyser again, although I don't think we're going to survive an attack with this from this thing. And yeah, after their attack increases and our defense decrease, we're not going to be able to take another. So that will knock out the Octillery and drop us down to just one Pokemon as this thing regains more HP with the grassy terrain. So unfortunately, the last Pokemon we have left is the Raikou. It is choice specs, so we're going to have to choose to lock into something here. So the pressure comes into play. So unfortunately, the Primarina is still up, which is a problem. So locking into Aura Sphere is going to be a problem. A Thunderbolt probably won't be enough to take this thing out from this range. So we're kind of really stuck, but if we're going to have any hope of winning, we really just have to lock into Thunderbolt. So we're just going to do that. So here comes the Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Is it enough to take this thing out from that range? And yes, it is. Fortunately, I believe, thanks to the sand being down, is probably the big reason for that, because that would have given this thing a special defense increase. So that's going to knock her to 2. So we do have a chance. She is going to come in with the Primarina next and take that Stealth Rock damage. So we really have nothing to do at this point, but just keep clicking Thunderbolt and hoping for the best. She is going to go ahead and bust out her Dynamax in an effort to try and survive a Choice Specs Thunderbolt here. So we'll see if it's going to be good enough to survive. So there is the Dynamaxed Primarina. So we're going to find out. We should outspeed this thing, and indeed we do. So Choice Specs Thunderbolt is not quite enough to take this thing out. So that sucks. We're going to have to take a Max Geyser from this thing. We'll see how much it does, and it is going to one-shot us, actually. So that sucks. So yeah, that's going to be it. So yeah, that is game. So we lost that one 2-0 against 6, but that was a pretty good match, actually. Pretty competitive. So unfortunately, a little outmatched on paper there, but not the end of the world. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new videos in the future. So at this point, I think I'm going to probably stop doing the random singles again for a little bit. Not 100% sure what I really want to do at this point for content as far as the battles go. Might be looking into making a new singles team again. Might be looking to do some more VGC games. Might be looking to join up another league. Not 100% sure. If you guys have any suggestions as to what you would like to see me do, go ahead and leave those in the comments, and I will take them under advisement. At this point, I'm kind of just riding the clock out till the end of the Sword and Shield era, winding down a little bit, since we only have a few months left really with the Sword and Shield era. So just kind of winding that down here, but definitely will be turning out more content in some form in the future. So stay tuned for that. That's it, and we'll see you next time.